Hello guys, and welcome. It is ThatSrb2DUDE here today, bringing you yet another SRB2DUDE video. I've never done my intro like that, so you know what, let's just go, let's just roll with it. Today we have got the very first Ask Dude. I mean, I've done these before, but this is the first one in 2018. It's the one for one of my Patreon rewards, and we're gonna get through it to date. So we got a lot of questions to go through, so let's get started. Our very first question comes from Kufa. Does it ever bug me that people consistently ask you to rate weapons? Now, I wouldn't say it bugs me, but it's just like, I always have to kind of say the same thing of, you can pretty much do well with any weapon you pick, but of course, there's going to be weapons that are easier to learn than other weapons. Some weapons, of course, aren't capable of doing certain things as consistently, of course, so that's why you got things like meta, where you have a bunch of weapons that can do a lot of different things, and they can all do it very, very consistently, which is why people say they're probably the better picks in the game. So, does it bother me? Not really. I'm not really one that gets bothered too much, so it's okay. Sky Guys asked, you mentioned on stream a while ago that you're thinking about making the DR.DUDE series open to anyone, since no one has sent you clips. Will I make that happen if no Patreon sends in clips? And yes, this is going to be a true thing. So right now, in my public Discord, I have opened up a channel that is called DR.DUDE Video Submissions, and this is open to everyone now. Pretty much when I started DR.DUDE, I was thinking that, okay, if some of these people need my help, they will go out of their way, record some gameplay, show me some gameplay, and then I can analyze it for them. I mean, it's pretty much what I said on the DR.DUDE's Patreon thing. And the thing is that it's sold out. I got 15 people straight away, and no one sent me any clips. So there was pretty much little I could have done about that. So that's pretty much why it never had progressed from there. Like, I didn't even get to start this series in the first place. I'm just gonna open it up to everyone, because of course as well, I can't expect everyone in the world to have or own a capture card. So there we go. It's in my public Discord, DR.DUDE Video Submissions. You guys are all free to submit some videos, and I'll check over them, and then I'll pick some for my DR.DUDE video analysis. Michael Kunze asks, what weapon/weapon class took you the longest to find a good way to fight them? And I first of all gotta say the Ninja Squid Splat Roller. Now, how you fight it, you throw point sensors at it. Like, considering there were barely any weapons in the game, I guess, at the very start that had point sensors besides, like, the Splat Pro, but the Splat Pro, of course, wasn't as strong back then. But pretty much that was kind of the hardest thing that I had to take on, because, you know, you come into a new game, and then you got things like Ninja Squid, and Ninja Squid gets super countered by things like Echolocator in Splatoon 1, and now it's not a thing. I just didn't know how to do it, but of course point sensors would be the greatest way, and since when I started getting used to using point sensors more against people like that, then it was just a lot easier to fight off. Bernal asks, what is my favorite combination of weapons for a team and why? Now personally for me, I really like it when a team has things like Baller, a Rain Cloud, and a good Inkjet user. Now, why is this? Is because these three specials are so good for just infiltrating an area or just trying to push into an area. Say, with the Baller, you can kind of just roll in. Hopefully they're wearing special power-up, and then you can just roll into any area, pop, and then kind of lead the way of infiltrating an area. With things like Rain Cloud, people are always forced to move out of the way of the Rain Cloud, so I love it in that way. And Inkjet, someone that knows how to use an Inkjet really well. They can apply pressure onto the enemy team, they can get some picks, and I also really like how they can kind of fly anywhere, depending on the certain position they fly to. Vsauce Puppet asked, what are my favorite abilities for Splat dualies? And I will have to say run speed. Like, I really like to have run speed on dualies. The only really dualies I use is the Gluga dualies. Yes, I finally understand, you know, that's how you say it, the Gluga dualies. I used to say the Gluggle dualies. I mean, same thing really, but run speed. Let's go with that. Sport Lover asked, will I ever open Ask Dude again? Okay, I'm gonna open it right now. It's open. Absolutely everyone can answer me a question right now. Go into my public Discord, ask me a question, and I'll text something back to you. Somebody closed it. Like, it was always open, but somebody closed it, and I was wondering why I wasn't getting any more questions. I thought people just stopped, so it's opened up again. Stardust Sonic asked, wait, can I actually ask questions here? If so, then what let you want to do stuff like YouTube videos, even more Splatoon, and then go to Twitch? Now, personally for me, I've been doing YouTube for such a long time. Like, I've been doing YouTube since my, like, I guess, skateboarding days where I used to, like, skate absolutely every day. Like, I had this old skateboard channel that's, like, I don't know, like 8 years old. And the main thing is that I really love, like, making videos. I love video creation. That's just my thing. I don't know what it is, but it's just like I get this satisfaction of putting like 1 or 2 clips just together and then making something of it. You know, I love the creativity of creating some sort of video or narrative and just showing it to people as well. I like to show off my stuff, show off what I can do, show off my creativity, if you would like to, if you want to call it that. So, you know, I just love that aspect. Sport Lover asked again, am I allowed to ask multiple questions? Wait, already done. Well done. Kufor asks again, okay, so we know you don't like pineapples on pizza, but what style of pizza is your favorite? New York, not New York, deep dish. Now, I just recently came back from New York and I had a little bit of pizza there as well. I didn't really get to try like your, I don't really think I tried, you know, real New York pizza. Like there was like pizza at Beacon 2018, they was selling it. I mean, I guess the pizza was okay there, but the bread was a little bit weird. So I'm not really too sure if it was like real New York pizza. But to go back to what the question's asking, what style of pizza do I really like? I really like thick crust. It has to be thick. Like you can't have a pizza that's not thick crust. Otherwise it's just like what are you doing with it? Like, you need to have some bread that crunches, you know, like when you eat it. Second, you need to have some meat on this pizza. Meat on pizza is just so, yes, like, gotta have some meat. And maybe a few mushrooms too. But meat, that's what you need. Good pizza. Drift asked, what are my 3 favorite Rainmaker maps? Now, how could I say this actually? I'd say my first one would be Arawana Mall. Second would have to be Manta Maria maybe. And third would have to be Inkblot Art Academy. I really like Inkblot Art Academy, so yeah, I'd definitely have to put that one up there. Anthony asked, where did Team Olive get its name from? Now, it's kind of a secret and it has a really deep meaning. But the only thing I'm going to say is that the answer is in that question right there. I'm not saying anything else. Gold Bow Staff asked, hey dude, let me join Olive. Hopefully you realize my sarcasm. I thought you were being for real and I would have let you join, but oh well, fine. Calico Yacht asked, what do you do before playing in a competition to get your head in the game? That High School Musical reference. Like, usually what I do is first have some water. Like, always gotta, you know, stay hydrated because I'm about to cool out a little bit. And the second thing I'll do is just go into the training arena for like 10 minutes and then just start shooting dummies as much as I can. Just like shoot, just whip my aim and snap onto the targets as best I can, as fast as I can. I'll start off slow at the very like first few minutes, but then I guess when I'm progressing, I'll get a little bit faster. I'll be like do 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 do, if you know what I mean. Like, hopefully my sound effects can like articulate what I'm trying to explain to you guys. But after that, when I've like gone into the training arena and stuff like that, then I start playing solo. Just, you know, play games. Like, I always try to play at least an hour or 2 before the actual tournament. So that's the type of stuff that really gets me into it. And even if I lose in a solo game, I'd just be like, okay, don't worry. It's just solo. It happens. I just need to work on myself doing the right things in the game. So AF Melly asked, any advice on winning individual engagements? Now, first things first, I would say never walk forward and shoot into someone. Like if you're using a shooter, just never just hold the stick and walk forward. You always want to be strafing left or right, or either walking backward. Main reason why you don't walk forward and shoot is because you take bullets faster, or you take damage faster. So you always want to be dodging them. And of course, it also makes you an easier target if you're walking forward and shooting. So Turbo asked, who are my favorite other Splatoon 2 streamers? Now, personally, I don't watch a lot of streamers. I don't watch a lot of Splatoon 2 streamers. But if I was to say who are my favorites right now, who are the ones I watch consistently? Milana, definitely one. She's one of my good friends. And Little Sound DJ whenever he does stream. Like, I don't know why. I mean, DJ's one of my good friends as well. But like, I always find myself only talking in these 2 Twitch streams. Apart from my teammates, of course, from time to time. But like, whenever these 2 stream, I'm just like always there, I guess. So Alexandra asked, what is my favorite Switch game besides Splatoon 2? And at this point in time, I would say Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Banging game. If you don't have it, get it. Gav asked, Splatoon 1 or Splatoon 2? Personally for me, I really like Splatoon 2 much better. I really like how majority of the things that go into Splatoon 2 are really reliant on team play. On Splatoon 1, you can kind of just, it's kind of like a do-it-yourself simulator. Like, you get Kraken, you can kill everyone. You get Bubble, you can kill everyone. I mean, honestly, those were the two main specials in that game. And it was just like, literally, you can do everything yourself. Like, there wasn't really as much team play, but, you know, with Splatoon 2, you can kind of merge the specials together to, like, make things happen, which is something I really like about it. It's really heavily reliant on weapon skill as well, so those are really nice things about it too. Aquatic Neptune asked, what is it like for you to go back to Splatoon 1 after now playing Splatoon 2 for a long time? Do you think it aged well and Splatoon 2 is a big improvement? Also accept my friend request. I think I have actually, so. But there was a time, like I think a month ago, where I went back to Splatoon 1 and I was just like, geez, we've been playing this for 2 years? Like, the difference from Splatoon 2 and then going back to Splatoon 1 is huge, and you never really notice it when you actually, like, I guess, go back. You notice, like, how much the game lags just playing the game. Graphics and attention to detail is completely different, and I noticed that straight off the bat, like, how flat the colors are in Splatoon 1. There's, like, no detail at all. It's just one flat color. And I also noticed like how big the characters were when you're actually playing as well. So those are pretty much the differences I recognized when going back to Splatoon 1. The only plus side I would say with Splatoon 1 is that the motion controls are so much better. They're so much more fluid, they're so much more responsive. Nintendo, fix this now! Pies asked, you're a big Splattershot Pro player. What do you think about L3 in Splatoon 2? Yeah, similar range, but I found out its kits, especially the D1, enable a much more aggressive play. Now, I mean, honestly for me, I would say both L3s are much more aggressive just than the Splattershot Pro. The L3s, of course, have slightly less range than the Splattershot Pro, of course, but the L3 has better movement, better inking ability. Both of them have really good kits of going in, but it's just the thing where you just gotta be accurate. You just gotta be really accurate, and I guess it's a little bit harder to be accurate since they're both burst fire weapons. So yeah, I really like the L3. I feel like it's one of those weapons where you really gotta spend some time on it to really, like, figure out its potential, you know. Caliph asked, what new weapon class would you like to see put into the game as well as a new special? Now, the only thing I can really think of is like a spray can, or like some sort of spray can weapon, and it can kind of like, I guess, act like a flamethrower or something. That's honestly the only thing that springs to mind. How I see it working is like it sprays like smog or something like that, and if you're shooting it at somebody, it's like they're taking chip damage instead of like full-on damage. So that's honestly what I could see. As for special though, maybe like an ink turret. Like you can kind of go in this little machine or turret gun and then just shoot maybe as fast as a Hydra Splatling, and maybe as the same amount of damage too, with like a huge amount of range, and it maybe lasts for like 5 or 6 seconds. Maybe it could also be something that can easily be taken down too, but that's my only idea. Ayato asks, do you think Echolocator can return to Splatoon 2? And I'm gonna say no, mainly because the reason it was taken out in the first place, because point sensors didn't really have much meaning in Splatoon 1. But now they do. Like, you use point sensors because you want to locate people, but Echo, it was just like, okay, let me paint the ground for like 11 seconds. Boom! Now I can see everyone on the map. So that's why it's not going to return. Zuck Lord asks, do you dislike when people think you main a single weapon just because you played it once? Now, every single time I stream and I use a certain weapon, like I just like pick up the squeezer, or I'll just use a roller, or I use any sort of weapon really. And everyone's always like, are you dropping the last weapon you used because you're using this weapon now? And I'm just like, no, I'm just using the weapon because I thought it would be a fun time to use this weapon now. It's just like, come on. Like, just because I play one weapon doesn't mean I'm dropping the other weapon. It doesn't even mean I main that other weapon in the first place. If you didn't know, I've played like 5-6 weapons in competitives. Like 52, like L3, like both Spanish Up Pros, like Slusher, the list goes on. Like I've played all these weapons in competitive before, so it doesn't mean, like, I don't main weapons in the first place. Let's just go with that. Like I have the capability of using any weapon that I want to, so stop maining. I hit this table way too much. Homura asked, how do I practice in the training room? And I practice a little bit like this. I just aim at my targets as fast as I possibly can, try to remember the muscle memory, and then just keep doing that. Moogle1 asks, what's the best way to learn a new weapon? How much in the test range versus Turf War, and when you can do solo ranked without potentially hurting your teammates? Now, I'm just saying, I don't care about my teammates. I'm just gonna go into ranked, and I'm just gonna start learning this weapon from right there. Because sure, you can go into test range and then, you know, fire your weapon just like, yeah, I'm shooting the dummies. I must be good at it now. And of course you can go into Turf War as well, but the thing is that you're not going to be playing players of your ranked or your, I guess, your skill level. I feel that you'll learn something really well is if you just go straight into ranked. Like sure, you're gonna be getting destroyed maybe, of course. But I feel if it was like that, you'd learn things a little bit better because you'll learn the weapon's weak spots, you'll learn how you can use this weapon a little bit better on taking people out, and stuff like that generally, so don't worry about about hurting your teammates, like, honestly, screw them. Just go in with the weapon and try your best. Jugi asked, I've watched some Olive tournament streams where things have gotten heated within the team after a tough loss. Do those moments serve as constructive criticism, or can they negatively impact the team's performance in the next round? Now, one of the things I would say that Olive tries to practice is trying to keep a calm mind, of course. Like, of course, we'll say things that maybe X player shouldn't have done this, or we shouldn't have done this, or we should have done this a little bit better. And the thing is, why we would say that is because we want to get better at that map, and we want to make sure the mistakes that were made don't happen again. Like, of course, things can get heated, but it's mainly because of the passion of the game that we hold. It'll sound like that we get angry and frustrated, but it's mainly the thing that we want to make sure it doesn't happen again. We want to make sure that we can get better as a team, so we stress it. Like, if you've ever been in, like, a football team, or especially a basketball team, I for one can say that, because training's tough. Training can be tough. Like, your coach can say, why did you do this? Why didn't you do this properly? It's because your coach wants you to do well, and, like, if you don't stress it, if you just kind of, like, stroke it and just say, it's okay, we'll do better next time, don't worry, it's fine. It's just like, come on guys, let's get it done. It's more of a thing of motivation to push yourself to do better, if that makes sense for you guys. It will never spring into the thing where it gets toxic, where we're actually insulting people. Because in that way, it's just like, okay, now this isn't helping us. Like, that's toxic. Like, we don't need to be saying your mom is this or your dad is this. Like, that doesn't make any sense. We're playing Splatoon here, we're talking about a game, so it'll never spring into anything like that, but more of like motivation on pushing ourselves to actually do better in certain map or mode. And the last question we have is from Elroy Dollarman. If Splatoon 2 had less input lag, how much would that affect the meta, as in playstyles, weapon choices, etc.? Now, first of all, I would say charges would be far stronger. Splat Pros will be far stronger. The Squeezer will be one of the strongest weapons in the game. H3 will be much stronger. Weapons that benefit a lot from aim mainly will be far stronger in the meta than they are now. I'd also say that people who have better reaction times will have a much better time, so things like being consistent and slaying would be much more consistent. So, I mean, honestly, I feel like I should make a video on this because this is something that I need to talk about. Nintendo really needs to fix like the input delay that does hold in Splatoon 2. I'm not too sure if it's just Splatoon 2 or if it's a hardware issue or it's something that can be fixed or if it's something that the Nintendo Switch is causing it, but I just hope it can be fixed because it's something on a day-to-day basis when I play Splatoon that I always notice and I always just feel I wish this could be fixed, you know. But I guess that is everything I'm going to say for this Q&A. Thank you for all the Patreons and Twitch subs that left me questions. I'm going to open up the Q&A for next month. I'm going to open up the channel for you guys to leave questions again for next month. That's going to be hopefully at the end or the middle of April maybe. This video should have came out on February, but I was a little bit late with certain things like Beacon, work, and I guess some other videos as well. Actually, no. I was late because I was doing patch comparisons. I had to make that video instead, so things just get in the way. But anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please, if you did, please like, favorite, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Follow me on Twitter and Twitch, both in the description below. Do it for both of your fee and generous. As always, guys, this has been ThatSrb2DUDE, and I shall see you guys in a future video.